Hi everyone, so today I'm doing a review and tutorial on my bedhead rock and roller curling iron. Now this is a bubble style curling iron. It's kind of odd looking, but I think that it's really great. So first I'm just going to kind of start out with the review. So the things that I really like about this product. So it kind of has these bubbles along here that you can obviously see. And what I typically do is I wrap my hair in between the bubbles. But if you want a more tousled, wavy look, you wrap it around the big bubbles. What's great about this is that you can kind of get two looks, or you can kind of get a third look, which they don't say is where I do some in between and some over the top, and you kind of just get a really messier, wavy look. What I really like about this, if you can see this, there's 3 heat settings. It has low, medium, and high, but this little dial here, you can pretty much turn it. It's a really smooth turn. Sorry, my finger is a little bit in the way, but it's not just the 3 settings, it's pretty much all the way around. So that's great. And when you turn it on, this little light will come on and it gets hot pretty quickly. It does come with one of those little black gloves, but I don't like that because it makes it really hard for me to grab my hair when I'm using it. So instead I typically wrap it around and I just kind of hold the end of this little black ball here on the end, which doesn't really get hot at all. Another great aspect is that this end here really just swivels around. And the other thing that I really like is how long the cord is. This is all cord for this. It's super long. It has this little stand here to sit it on the counter. So it kind of sits flat up so it doesn't hit the counter, which is nice. I also really like how it has the on and off switch on one side and then the heat settings on the other side. I have the kind of hair type where my hair really doesn't hold a curl at all. If I use a big barrel curling iron or any type like that, it will not stay in. I have curling irons from Hot Tools and stuff that are a lot more expensive and they don't do justice for holding the curls in my hair. So for $30, this product was definitely worth it. So I'm going to give you an in-depth tutorial of how I curl my hair with this. If you're interested in obtaining the look, please stay tuned. Bye. So we're going to start with just a comb. I'm just using whatever type of comb this is. I'm not really sure what it's called, but it has the comb end and then kind of the pick end over here. And you're just going to put a part in your hair wherever you normally part your hair. And then you're just going to take some clamps. I just have these 2 here. It doesn't really matter what type of clamp. You could do a smaller clamp, a bigger clamp. It just depends how much hair you have. And then you're kind of just going to section off your hair. So the top half of it is mainly sectioned up there. And you're going to just put the clip in like that. So then we're just starting with this little bit of bottom hair here. So I'm going to start with putting on some Tamer Thermal Creations Heat Tamer Spray. This is the leave-in spray. It's good for up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit for whatever heat tools you're using on your hair. Normally, if I would have gotten up and showered and washed my hair, then I would have gone in and put on the Tamer Thermal Creations mousse that I talked about in my top 5 favorite affordable hair care products. And then I would put that in my hair and then dry my hair out completely straight, and then I would be right here. I know a lot of people think that you have to have more dirty hair in order to curl it to do a hairdo. While yes, that sometimes does make it easier for this particular curling iron, I can just take this hair that I washed last night that's now dry and do it. But I can also jump in the shower, wash my hair, fully dry it, and then start using this, and it works the same. It stays in the same amount of time for me, so I haven't really noticed a difference with that. I'm just starting with spraying on that Heat Tamer spray. Just gonna hold your hair out and just spray it on, kind of both sides of the hair. And I'm just starting with doing this bottom half, this little amount of hair, first with the spray, and I'll go in later and add more spray to up here. Okay, so now just wait a second for it to kind of dry. And then you're going to take your comb, and I'm just going to kind of section off little pieces, kind of 1 to 2 inch pieces in length here. And you're going to take your curling iron, which for me is, whoa, it's plenty hot because I have it almost on the highest setting, simply because for me it works better. And you're going to hold it like sideways, and you're going to start right here. And you're going to hold it close to your scalp, and you're just going to wrap it in between those bubbles. Like that. And I just kind of, if I have a little bit at the end like this, I just keep wrapping, and then I kind of hold it, the very tip of it with my thumb right there on the little black ball on the end. How long you choose to hold this on here kind of depends how your hair type is. Is it thick? Is it thin? How fast does it curl? I kind of do it until I can kind of feel my scalp getting slightly hot. And then to unravel this, some people get confused on that. You kind of just hold that little piece up and you unravel it like that. And you can already kind of see what that curl looks like. And now we're just going to do that all the way around the bottom here. I try to stay pretty close to my scalp and do it the same for every single curl, because then you get more of a wavy look instead of a super big massy curl look. I'm just going to go around and do this to the whole bottom portion of my hair here. So for this side, I'm curling away from my face, just like how on this side I curled away from my face. You're going to hold your curling iron kind of sideways, upside down like this. Start right here on the outside, and you're going to spiral it around right between those bubbles once again. Just for the first couple of pieces, I kind of go outward. After that point, it doesn't really matter whether I go one way or the other way. I just like to make sure that by my face, I kind of pull it outward. And you can kind of see on here that it's not absolutely perfectly wrapped. Try my best to do it, but sometimes it is going to get a little messed up.
This is just the bottom layer, so we don't have to worry about it being too perfect because we'll do that with the very top layer.
Alright, so the bottom layer of my hair is done. Now I'm going to go in and kind of do a middle layer.
So once again, I'm just taking that same clamp and letting down that middle portion of my hair and pinning up the top half.
And I have all this hair that I just took down, but I really don't want to get it mixed up with the hair that I just curled. Take a smaller clamp, this little one right here, and I'm just going to kind of clamp back those curls all together to be separated from the hair that I haven't curled. So once again, we're just going to spray our spray, and we're going to go in and start curling again. These pieces are definitely going to be longer, so I'm going to have to kind of do it one time and then maybe go in once again for another section a little bit at the end of my hair. And I want to get really close to my scalp as much as I can without burning it. So you can see I'm holding it pretty tightly there. So I'm going to pull this out slowly like that. And then see how this little end didn't really get curled? You can see that? I'm just going to go in and line it up with a few of the balls and go back and do the end. Just like that. And the end typically, you don't have to hold it as long, just for a little bit. And there you go. So now I'm going to go in and do this to the rest of this layer.
So you'll notice in a few seconds here that I started using a paddle brush by Conair to brush out my hair instead of using the comb, because as I went towards the back of my hair, it was more of a mess and it was so tangled that the comb just wasn't cutting it. So I would highly suggest getting a paddle brush, not just for this look, but in general, because paddle brushes are very universal. You can do it to brush out your hair, to dry your hair, whatever. It's just a great brush to have overall.
So now I've completed that middle layer, and now we're going to be heading towards the top layer. I'm going to take my Tresemme Trez 2 spray. This is the Ultrafine Mist number 3. Spray it first of all like on the outside, and you're going to go underneath and kind of spray it. Just kind of grabbing your hair like this and kind of spraying it and letting it fall as you spray it. Then you're just going to do the same thing with the other side. Now we're going to go to the top part. Now because I parted my hair like on the side, even if you part in the middle, I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I take out this clamp here, but instead of just letting this whole thing down, I'm going to kind of go where my part is. And I like to do this smaller section, and I let that part down, and then I just pin up the other part. just like I did before, just twisting it and putting it with your clamp.
So once again, I've just pinned back the rest of those curls to one side with that small clamp, and I'm just going in and curling the rest of that side of my hair. To curl like my whole head of hair, it probably takes me anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, just depending on how long I want to hold those pieces of hair on the curling iron, because the longer you hold them, the more defined the curl will be when you take it off of the curling iron.
Last piece on this side. This is the one in the front, so I'd be extra careful and make sure I really do this correctly. Because this piece is a little bit shorter, I don't start up here, I start on the next bead. And I don't want this one super tight, so I don't hold it quite as long. And now you can kind of see on here the waves going the same way. So now we're just going to let down the last chunk of our hair. So I figured it was getting pretty boring for you guys, so I just finished up this part of my hair, curling it off camera. I'm going to spray it just on the top to get rid of those little hairs that are sticking out first of all. You can go for the more volumized look, like really volumized by teasing. Now we're just going to do a spray all over the hair on this top layer. Just going in, spraying all over, spraying underneath. And if you really want this to have the most maximum hold, obviously you're going to need to put some hairspray in like I'm doing here. Not putting any hairspray in is going to look really natural, but it's not going to stay in quite as long. Alright, so as you can see, this is the completed hair look. This curling iron does give you more of a kind of wavy shape more than a super tight curl, and it will stay in for quite a long time. I can go for probably 2 to 3 days and this would stay in. Obviously it would just get looser and looser and get to the point where it was just kind of a really flatter kind of wave. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I think that this bedhead rock and roller is a great product just to have, especially since it is so inexpensive for the quality. I will be posting more videos soon, more hair looks, and definitely more makeup looks. I have a ton of ideas planned for you guys, so please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. So I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.